Procrastination, skiing, sailing, chocolates, and the desire to learn until your last day. If you were told that you had an hour to live, would you think about learning a new thing? So the importance of learning. All of this is covered today in an amazing, inspiring chat talking to my friend Denis, all the way from Croatia. A corporate guy, but a coach as well, a sailor, a skier, and don't tell anyone, he loves chocolates. And he sees nothing wrong with it. Let's talk. Hello, hello, hello. This is Tagore and welcome to my podcast, A Pint of Imbecile Wisdom. Everyday stories with everyday people and hopefully great inspirations for the rest of us. So today on my chat, I'm talking to somebody from Croatia. He works in the tech industry, but what intrigued me about this man was what he does beyond that. So my guest has spent a considerable amount of time talking about procrastination, about addictions, and he wonderfully brings both of this back to my theme for this year, leadership.
Hi, hello Tagore, and thank you very much for hosting me and for giving me this opportunity to share experience but also ideas behind. I think this is the part of the learning that we have all around all our life. And definitely what we discussed when we did the preparation for this call, it's definitely, I think we have a right to think that we will live longer than our parents or grandparents had opportunity because of the quality of life, quality of healthcare, quality of everything with what we are surrounded today. And definitely if you think I'm totally hooked on the book called 100-Year Life, if you take it from that perspective, we have in front of us a lot of things to learn, and also how we share this knowledge. Just if you take it pure mathematics, from the 100 years opportunity to live, then in the first 50 years you have been born, you start to walk, to talk, go to kindergarten, primary school, elementary, secondary school, university, you start your work, career, everything, and you reach the peak of your career, so the best paid period of your life, and you reach the age of 50. What are you going to do next 50 years? Because it's the same time frame. What are you going to learn? I think we have a right to think that we can start completely new career, everything new. So it's up to us how we are going to do it, and it's something. It's also aligned with the topic that we are talking today, because how we learn, how we share the knowledge, and how we spend our time. It's also a question which give us opportunity to do it.
So Denis, it's interesting you just said that. What happens after 50? And just this evening, maybe an hour ago, I was talking to one of
I'm in the second part.
No. And one of my potential guests has just had a retirement, and how he's reinvented himself is fabulous. But I'll talk to you about that. So, to start off with, Denis, let's talk about something else. One thing which really intrigued me about you was how you were talking about all these different elements, and you also talked about something coming out of Japan, and we'll bring that into the conversation later on. So I want to start off by just introducing you to my audience. So you, as I said, work within the tech industry. You're based in Croatia. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Oh, so I always like to say that I'm a strange guy, and my unofficial CV is telling that when I talk about myself, I always like to say that you can buy me for skiing, sailing, and chocolate. And actually behind this skiing, in skiing, everything depends on you. You are on the ski slope, and if you fell down, you need to stand up, you need to fight, you need to enjoy it at the same time. So it's everything depends on you. Your knowledge, your experience, your skills at the end of the day. But you need to enjoy it. Sailing, it's a team sport. I'm sailing with the same team for the past 12 years on the same boat, same team. And it's a team sport. When you are approaching the coast with your boat, you need to change direction because, damage will happen. And it's a team. It's a teamwork. Not only skipper can do it, but it has to be, somebody has to play with the sail and with everything. So it's a team sport. And definitely, okay, I enjoy it because at the same time you can enjoy the sea, you can enjoy waves and winds and sun, and it's amazing experience. And I hope the third thing is chocolate. I hope I don't need to explain why chocolate. Because I can show you the collection of the chocolate that I have. But definitely something that it's a message for all of us that we should enjoy our lives at the same time.
I'm really surprised that chocolate was one of them because I want to start talking.
Come on, like this.
I want to talk to you about addiction. Now, whether it's smoking, drinking, chocolate addiction in some cases, whatever it may be, mankind tends to have this addiction issue. People get addicted to things. Some of them are good, but most of them are bad, be it weight loss or whatever it may be. Why does this happen? Why are we so fascinated with falling victims to addiction?
I don't know how to explain because I don't take myself as an addicted person to chocolate or to skiing or to sailing. I just enjoy it, and this is it could be healthy habit. It doesn't have to be healthy habit, but definitely we enjoy it for some reason, and it could be also opportunity to give us opportunity to think because I saw people who are addicted to smoking, and definitely at the same time I give them credit because and I envy them because working in the office you are not allowed to smoke, and you need to go out for 10 minutes. You will take a break, you will consolidate your thoughts. So it could be good, it could be bad, but we need to think about it. How does this influence our lives and our health? So definitely from that perspective, I'm not judging, to be honest, anything and anybody, and maybe this is the reason that I'm not commenting. I'm not putting this in a negative context. Okay, maybe alcohol, it's totally bad. Maybe drugs are maybe definitely it's out of those scope. But it's decision that each person is making for themselves. We can judge this, and
that doesn't.
I'm totally against it. Just for the record.
That doesn't mean that these addictions are right. Even though you enjoy it, it doesn't mean that it's right or it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's turn the question around.
Then maybe we can think about positive addictions. So what do you think about addicted to sailing?
Oh, I see where that's coming from. But never mind. Let's talk about the other side of addictions. So, say the negative side of addictions, smoking, alcohol. What, in your opinion and your experience, is the process to rid yourself from these addictions?
And I think it starts with even in primary school or high school or secondary school, whatever we call it in different parts of the world. I remember that after I finished primary education, then I went to the school to actually military high school. And so I left home at the age of 14, and my parents. So strange guy. And what shocked me in this class, this generation of 60 young people, I was the only one who was not smoking. So it was something that it's your decision, and they always offered me, I would like to have a cigarette. I said, no, it's my decision. I don't want to do it. But definitely at that age, I think they made decision to do it because they want to be perceived as a grown adult persons. Like smoking and having a beer or alcohol, which means that immediately they thought they will feel like I'm 20, I'm not 14 or 15. And I think that this is how it starts. environment in which, and how strong you are will define. I didn't drink alcohol at all. I didn't smoke, and you can imagine in an environment of 60 people being and living together in an academy. It's like you are marked one. All spotlight goes on you, but I didn't care.
Yes, so you're saying be responsible to yourself, yeah. But what happens if somebody is right now smoking, and he or she knows that it's a bad habit, and they want to give it up? What would your advice be as a starting point?
First, I will tell them start to breathe. But it's not so easy to have this to be somebody who will advise people. The reason behind it's why they are doing this, and the only answer they have, I cannot give them. I'm also coach, business coach, and I cannot tell people don't smoke, because it has to be their decision. In the coaching, when I'm doing coaching, I'm not telling people what to do. I help them define what they are going to do, what will be their step, and how they will perceive this as a win, how they will feel. So it could be related to the coaching, to support them to get rid of it. They have their own reasons. So definitely, if they need help, if they should request it. If they take it as a negative. Because if you talk to people who are smoking, they will say, oh, nothing, maybe 2-3 cigarettes per day. What is bad thing in this? So I cannot judge people, and definitely I'm not judging at all people. But from that perspective, telling somebody, oh, don't smoke, it's not the way. I think campaign that you see on the boxes of the cigarette, that the outcome, what could be caused by this, it could go in a good direction. Like in Canada, they plan to put on each cigarette the picture. So it's the way how we can fight. But I think targeting the youngest population, because this is how it goes. For everything which but at the same time, this is perception of the community in which we live, is it positive or negative? It's again, in some cultures maybe it's normal, and then you will live in that environment.
So I want to now move on to another part of this, procrastination. We talked about it recently, and you were I must tell you this, Denis, you were the only person who said it's not necessarily negative. It can be positive. So tell me about your take on this.
Yeah. But definitely, I took one quote because this quote is on here always in front of me, and definitely said, and I wrote it down, is that your current habits are perfectly designed to deliver your current results. And everything what we are doing from that perspective. If we take a break, it could be also that we are consolidating some thoughts to be ready for our next step. And then just from that perspective, I think it doesn't have to be negative. And what does it mean, procrastination in the business life? Because you need to create something. I'm thinking this in a positive way from the creativity perspective, that you cannot say I will set up. I have a timer that I'm utilizing when I'm doing something. It's a famous Pomodoro technique. So when I set up, when I need to do something, I set up a time, and I'm doing this like 25 minutes, and then I take a break. And this is something that you execute, that you are doing this like I did today, 2 presentations, content, and I didn't have enough time to make it in 25 minutes. But before that, last night or yesterday or the day before, I was thinking how I will structure this and what kind of other ideas can bring into it to be different, to be new. So I didn't take it as procrastination. I take it as preparation for this, what I'm going to do. And then when I said, now I'm going to do it, bam, bam, my timer is starting, and then I'm doing this. And this is how you can take it from the positive perspective. I like to put it in that context, but definitely it is that how we structure our day, it's definitely coming back to this, will to deliver our current results. And this is the outcome that we are looking for. And you can always say, I will do it tomorrow, I will do it in 2 hours. But first I will have lunch, I will do this, I will change, I will collect my pens, and then I will put it. This is something that I need to do it right now. It isn't. Is it the reason that I'm looking that I'm engaged, like sorting my pens? It could be, but what is the outcome of this? My table looks nice and clean, and this is the outcome. But what is the benefit out of it? Maybe I feel that I did something good, that I utilized my time. So this is the question: what is important for us to do it in our lives, and how we execute and how we focus on it. And to be honest, what the reason I bought this timer, you have it at home in the kitchen. That's the reason it's called Pomodoro, because those kitchen timers, you have it all around, even on your mobile phone. You can start it, and you have a lot of applications to do it, even simple timer. But when you start, you are focused only on this, and this is what you are doing. And this is, if you need more time, then allocated time, like 25 minutes, then you set up a new time. And this is how it works. So I didn't made it in 25 minutes. Okay, cool, short break, stand up, exercise, do something, and continue to do it next 25 minutes. If you will finish earlier, then this is your reward. Woohoo, I finished it.
That's nice. But what happens with something, say, like I personally do? Is there a difference between procrastination and laziness?
Procrastination, for me, it's I'm doing something else. So I'm not lazy. Even when I'm cleaning my desk, I'm doing something. And laziness, when I'm lying on the beach, enjoy sun, doing nothing, or sitting at my balcony in a chair and not doing anything. And to be honest, I don't know what is laziness. I don't understand this way of thinking. For me, at least when you are by definition doing procrastination, it's a word of doing. I'm doing something. Even if I'm thinking, I'm doing something. Okay, maybe my body is not moving, but my mind is moving like hell. So definitely, this is the difference that I take it. So for me, procrastination is not laziness. It doesn't go in the same sentence. Maybe people will disagree with this, but this is my opinion.
Okay, and then let's move to the topic of leadership. Now, leadership has, in my opinion, I've seen it evolving so much that once upon a time, we read about leaders who changed things. And today, leadership is based on people's self-assumption of what leadership is. People are trying to reinvent leadership based on their characteristics, on their capabilities, and not on what I think leaders were. And I think that's why you tend to see less and less of real leaders in the world today. People who make a difference. Like I'm talking about the Gandhi and the Nelson Mandelas for just an example. So let's talk about leadership. How is leadership evolving in this world today, especially in the corporate world?
I think it's a question of the culture. And within HP, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, I have several lives within HP. So my primary job, what I'm doing at a worldwide level, but at the same time, I'm within HP, I'm a coach and business coach. And at the same time, I'm also doing other activities like we call it in countries, Culture Catalyst Network, definitely building the culture within the company. And from that perspective, if you take it from the business perspective, if I'm manager by position and having a team who is working under my supervision, let's put it that way, because we are obliged to those people like family members at the end of the day. And sometimes when we think I would like to replace this person with other person, I always think, okay, imagine that this is your family and you have a son and daughter. Can you replace them? You cannot. What you can do, help them improve, help them become better, and do what they are doing in their position. So for me, leader is enable, somebody who enable people to do their job the best they can do, and support them to do what they are doing the best, to be experts in what they are doing. Because if I'm, as a manager of the team, if I always have the answers for each question they will ask, this will mean that I need to be expert. And tomorrow morning in front of my office, there will be queue of the people coming for today's portion of the answers. And I need to be somebody who will provide those answers. From the leadership perspective, I enable them to do their job the best they can do. Create environment to learn, to express, to build the best way. And even when I'm doing leadership trainings within HPE, I decided that I will do 4 trainings, 4 leadership trainings, 4 topics. One is coaching for success. One is leading through change, because especially in technology companies, we are always facing changes and innovation and definitely. Then influencing for people leader. How do we communicate? How we help them? How we make them do something in the positive way? And this is, and also my 4th training that I'm delivering module, it's being innovative leader. What does it mean? What kind of ideas? What kind of environment you can create that your people who are working within your team will come with the new ideas. And this is how I see the leadership, and definitely how we can inspire our people in organization, but also in the cities where we are living, in environment, even family, even the family. How you can inspire people. This is how I see leadership. We were talking about the book. Remind me, the leader without the title, by Robin Sharma, the monk who sold Ferrari, something like this. So definitely, I think it's not that we are all leaders, but at the same time, giving best out of us. This is leadership characteristics, and I think this is how I see leadership. It doesn't have to be that it's chaos, because if you are having like a coaching session and with your team member, and then some things has to be solved, some challenge has to be, I deleted the word problem, challenge has to be managed, then you communicate this, how you can do it, what do you think is the best thing, and then can you make it till Friday? Can you make it till next Friday next week? So it's still manager relationship, knowing that it has to be done, but how you are going to do it, it's definitely trust in your best capabilities, because then your team member will do research, find, learn what has to be learned. On the other side, some things you need to make it, to combine it with other ways of accepting knowledge, like trainings, like mentoring, because you are sharing the knowledge. But imagine that you are piloting in the plane, and there is 200 passengers behind you, and crew and everybody, and you are flying, and you are captain of this plane, and your left engine stopped to work, and you are looking, oh my God, it's not working. And your right engine just got on fire. So it's not that you will ask a control tower, okay, I have an emergency situation, I need solution. You don't expect that they will ask you, what do you think is the best next step in this situation that you are in? you expect that some things, especially if this is completely new environment for you, you need to learn it. You need to, like in each company. When I joined the company, I was working for IBM, for Cisco Systems, now HPE, but before also my previous companies. That there is always new hire training, where you learn how companies organized, what kind of tools, platforms, everything, and definitely this is the way how we combine it with the knowledge. But then at one level of your knowledge and experience, you are aware that if you want to accept the new technology, you need to learn in order to accept it easily. Like my mobile phone, I'm old school, software developer for 8 years, creating a software ERP application, a CRM application for FSI industry, for banks. And then at that time, we had the first mobile phone with the keyboard. And when the first smartphone popped up, I said, oh my God, no, I will never use it then. Because I need a keyboard, I want to feel it. And after a while, it became normal for me that because the other functionalities, benefits that I'm having, it's cost, this ratio, it's now in favor of smartphones, and I cannot imagine that I'm still doing like this on my mobile phone. So definitely change is something that we cannot stop. And this is, I think this is the way how world will progress and how we will become better, and it has to be for good cause. Coming back to the leaders, I hope we will find them in our life around us, because I think leaders are around us. Those leaders that you mentioned, like Gandhi, like people
Nelson
who inspire.
Yeah,
Nelson. The people who inspire. They're also around us. We just need to look around us and recognize them. This is the missing point.
But 1 second. I agree that there are leaders all around us, but I have to ask you 2 questions. Are leaders made or are leaders born? That's question number 1. Are leaders made or are they born? And number 2, when you look around you, I'm sure you're seeing leaders, but sitting right above you, your boss or whatever, is a very toxic, bad human being and a bad manager. How do you deal with that?
It's your decision. It's simple. It's your decision.
How is it my decision? How is it my decision?
So it's your decision because how you are going to live with this. I was working with one company, with one leader, with one manager, and I have this umbrella test. So it's an umbrella. So it's and it's story about my manager. I was working in one company when my manager teach me what is this umbrella. So when something is good, he has his umbrella and he closes it. And when some rewards, some recognitions are coming from the upper level management, it goes directly to me. So he just closed the umbrella and bam, I'm recognized. So I feel proud. And at the same time, you can imagine what I was thinking about my manager. He's the great person. He's the leader with big T. When bad things came, he opened the umbrella and he took everything, all worse bad things on his shoulder. Then I didn't know that this happened. I didn't have a clue. Then he called me to the office and we discussed what has to be done, what we can change, how we can improve, what kind of additional things that we can do. So this is the story. Unfortunately, I also had experience with bad managers, which did the opposite. When something good came, they opened the umbrella and took all recognitions for them. And something bad came, bam, they closed the umbrella. And I got this negative feedback directly from upper level management, boom, 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 avoiding him directly to me. And I was thinking, oh my God, I didn't know that this guy knows my name and what I'm doing. And you can imagine how you feel. So from that perspective, I think it's our decision. What you can do one thing, which is not, let's say, nice to say, but you can wait. You can wait because for sure, this toxic or negative manager, if we are allowed to name it that way, because it's not fair, they may be just thinking different way, they will leave. And it's up to you. If you like the culture, if you like the organization, if you love what you do, then you will not leave, you will wait. So it's related to the be patient. But it's tough. The second thing that you can say, okay, I cannot, this influence my life, my private life, my family, my everything, I'm nervous, I'm not normal, and then you change. So we always have options. Should I stay or should I go? Clash. This is what we have. Those are the options. The third option is always to communicate. Share what you think, share your thoughts, share your ideas. Some of those ideas will be accepted, some not. But definitely, if they don't get the feedback, they will never learn or know that they are doing something which is not good for their team. So definitely, it's also the way how you can try. And definitely, we shouldn't give up on this, because we are all changing, and even those guys can change. And I'm highly positive that this could happen. So it looks like our call is to help them change, but it's for sake of the company. It's for the sake of the business. So it's something. Coming back to your first question, it's both. You can be born and you can learn. It's both. It's not like political answer, but I think that some people are just naturally born leaders because they have something, and it could come with from their heritage, from their family. My grandfather was a great leader, and also great person, and PhD, and then everything what I'm today. It's because of him, and he teach me, he teach me how to catch the fish, literally. when I was a young boy, but also what is the value of the knowledge and why you need to acquire. He was speaking 6 languages.
Wow.
And that was something, but not like ex Yugoslavia, like Croatian, Bosnian, Serbian, those things. No. He was speaking like French, German, English, Russian, things. Totally different languages, Spanish. And I said, oh my God, I will never be like him. But he inspires me. And this is something that happened. When he came to me to do something paint the door, I did it. Because I know that there is some wisdom behind. Even at that time, I couldn't find the wisdom in painting the door, but it happened. So it's also in which environment you grew up. And then this is something that we cannot choose. It depends on something else, but definitely it's let me think again.
In today's day that we live, what would be, it's a 2-part question. I'm talking about leadership in the corporate world. Yeah. What should 3 things a leader should possess as their characteristics? And another 3 things that leaders should keep in mind being leaders.
The most important thing is to support your people growth, to be what they are and how you can help them. Second thing is take them as a family members. Look at them as your daughter or son. You cannot replace your daughter or son, but help them grow, help them do their job. In a good time, in a bad time. Recognize them. And this is for me, the most important things. And the third thing, buy them chocolate. Celebrate the wins, because this is something, especially in corporate world, like in sales. You win today, and tomorrow is a new day, and you have your sales quota, let's put it that way, the big one. Even when I started to work on this my position at the moment, which is worldwide, I asked my manager, okay, is also International Space Station in my quota, and mission to Mars, is it in my quota? Because this is how. But definitely, once you win, don't forget to celebrate this. Whatever you are doing, it doesn't have to be only in sales. In whatever you're doing, any achievement, take your time and celebrate. Recognize the people, because tomorrow will be new day, and you are going on with your life and whatever you are doing.
I like that. What are the 3 qualities that a leader must possess?
Qualities, I wouldn't number them, because quality, first, be human.
Yep, very good.
And this is the quality that all wisdom behind it is. All leadership wisdom is behind it. It's what is the quality of Nelson Mandela? What kind of, can you number the leadership qualities? He united the people. I watched that movie, and definitely I was inspired by this. But everything, when you think about Mother Teresa, and it's the same. If you just look at it, definitely out of this, be humble. Don't take it. I'm big one. I'm boss. I'm the only one. You are not Muhammad Ali. It's not a ring. It's not a box. So be humble. Show it, and definitely recognize your people. So human, humble, but at the same time you need the energy. So we can start to let's say to paint the ideal leader, but also energy is highly important, because this is how you motivate people to move on, to progress. Show them by example. If you are learning, if you are accepting something, then they will feel, oh my God, he understands this. And I don't understand, so I need to learn. I'm also within my company that I work for. I'm doing some strange presentations. If we have a new technology, if we have a new acquisition, or anything which is related to the new products or the services that we are building, I try to understand it and translate this to human language, because people within the team can have a different background. And I call it bridge the gap, like traditional infrastructure guys who are talking about storage, servers, networking, everything around it. Like configuration of the server, and then you have a software team. So I wrote on my tablet with a pen. I draw the presentation, the pictures, and I call this presentation bridge the gap, because I want them to understand each other, and at the same time to build this bridge and to start to meet at the middle of this bridge and to start delivering new ideas, because this is the only way how we can progress. So definitely you need to learn as a leader continuously after your age of 50, after half of your first half of your life, and then continue to do it. It's amazing that I was sitting a few years ago after a big HP conference at the airport with one of the customers, our customer. We were talking about everything, and one thing that we were talking was about the learning. And I was telling him how I'm learning, what I'm doing. Definitely, I was so excited, and I'm always excited when I'm talking about the learning, because this is the first thing that I think that we need to do. And he looked at me like this. I'm looking at you. I'm sure that you will continue to learn even when you will pass away. And the only thing that you can say after that is thank you. Thank you for this recognition.
Wow. Which
means that on the last day, I'm trying to recall the story from ancient Greek. Is it the guy who was poisoned by a sentence? Socrates or somebody, and he asked, "What is your last wish?" And everybody, last best lunch or whatever. And he said, "Bring me musical instrument." And they were looking, oh, you're playing this. And I said, no, I never played in my life. But this is your last day, your last hours of your life. Why do you want to do it? I want to learn it. But you will be dead in a few hours. And he said, so it's the best time to learn this. So I think this is what we need to do.
So one last question now before we run out of time. You talked to me the other day about some Japanese influence and some concepts from Japan that you bring into your life. Tell me a bit more about that.
So it's amazing, but definitely this is related to the learning. This is related to how we live our lives. Because in 1950 something, Japan decided to reward, to recognize the people who will reach the age of 100 years. And at that time it was like 153 people that year. I think it was 1963. Let's put it that way. And then in the year of 2014, they canceled this award. And for the recognition, they brought to those centennials, they brought a silver plate called sakazuki for the sake, for serving the sake. And you know, they started to deliver these, and then production of sakazuki, those plates needed to improve, because in 2014, when they decided that they will not provide sakazuki plates anymore, at that year it was 29,000 people in Japan who reached the year of 100. So you can imagine how much time we have in front of us and how we should utilize this. So this is the way how we should live our lives. Don't switch off. This is my main message, especially for the people when they are dreaming to be retired, to finally to have their monthly pensions and income, and they have a dreams, but a lot of them just switch off. My dream is to play piano. My dream is to take an art lesson. I don't know what I'm going to do, but definitely I don't want to stop, because the day when you will stop, you are done. You will end up in your bed, and this is it. So I hope, knocking on the wood, this is how I pray for the luck. I hope I will work at the last day of my life. I will work and walk at the last day of my life.
Wow. Dennis, it's been so great to talk to you. It's really nice to look at your insight. You've proven to me that procrastination is not a bad thing. Addiction is not a bad thing. It's being aware of what you want to do and whether you want to come out of it or not. Enjoy skiing, enjoy sailing, and enjoy chocolates.
Thank you very much for this invitation. I'm highly honored to be invited by you. Also, knowing about you and how you fight. Okay, I like it. Beatles behind you, so a lot of connecting points, but definitely, I truly believe you are the one who inspired. And thank you for the invitation. Thank you for this.
Well, we can blame a certain fitness coach who we both share. So let's blame it on Mando. But I know we're going to keep in touch, Dennis. This is not the end of our conversation. I know we're going to keep in touch on a personal level, and I hope that one day I have the pleasure of meeting you face to face as well. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for talking to me. And again, our common coach has been threatening to take me to Croatia on a holiday. So if I land up there, I'll definitely want to meet you.
Definitely looking forward.